Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for dropping by. Today's video, we're going to be talking about an old champion that just got reworked. So I'm going to show you guys how she is after her rework. I think the buffs actually were quite impactful on her. So definitely check out the play testing and then obviously come to your own conclusions. But the champion we're going to be talking about here today is Claidna. So Claidna, I have the old stats and then the new stats here. So before, she is a void legendary, so this might not be applicable to everybody, but if you pulled her in the past and you still have her, you didn't feed her or anything like that, she did get a good update. So hopefully that will alleviate some of your past pain, and then definitely check her out. I mean, definitely check her out. Give her a chance here, but we're going to talk about her kit here. Before, her A1 had a 50% chance to sleep. Now it's an 80% chance to sleep, booked up to 100% chance to sleep. That's perfect. That is absolutely needed for a void legendary champion. So absolutely needed. The turn meter stuff, that's fine. She still gets a boost there, no change, but absolutely needed 100% chance to sleep. When you compare her to like other champions that have A1 sleeps, it's not even close. Definitely needs that 100%. Her A2 also got a really nice relevant buff. So previously it had the decreased speed and leech. It's not a hit, so it's a place. And then it also heals your allies by 20% of this champion's max HP. So it's a heal and then, you know, double debuff, decreased speed and leech. When I see decreased speed and leech, I think Hydra right away. Those are very, very good debuffs against Hydra. Bringing a heal as well is actually not too bad. Her A2 actually was not too bad. But when we're talking about Void Legendary, you definitely want better than not too bad. So she did get a buff on her A2. Her leech and decreased speed remain unchanged, but she now restores 100% of each ally's destroyed max HP, then heals by 20% of this champion's max HP. So it's not a massive buff because the move itself was not terrible previously, but the destroyed max HP restoration is actually really, really relevant versus the two areas where she is the best in, or where her kit is the best in. And that's one, Sand Devil, and two, Hydra. So against Hydra, the Head of Decay will obviously destroy your max HP. So having more max HP and 100% fully restore is very, very nice. And then a heal after that is very good. And obviously this will have very good effects in the Sand Devil as well. So great change there. Very fits really well with her kit and her overall application. Her A3 Otherworld Infusion. Previously it was a block, debuffs, and a revive on death on all allies for 2 turns. I mean, it's a 3-turn cooldown when it's fully booked. I mean, it's not a bad move, but when you have Cardio, who is another Void Legendary, doing the same move, and then the move is protected Revive on Death, and it comes with a Cleanse, it makes this move look really bad. And you have an epic champion with Sky Touch Shaman doing the same move and a Cleanse on a 4-turn cooldown, and is a Void Epic. So this move definitely is poor for a Void Legendary. So they updated it, and it's actually good. It's good now. It includes a Cleanse now, which is basically what Cardio has. And then it places block debuffs and a Revive on Death. So same move as Cardio, except it doesn't have the protected Revive on Death. So it's not as good as Cardio. But now it's at least better than Sky Touch Shaman's ability, which is on a 4-turn cooldown. So it's at least better than that. So it's on par, but not as good as the best, but it's still better than what it was. Okay. And now her passive, Fey Monarch. So previously it was only prevent incoming damage to the first hit of an attack. So, what occurs once per turn. So this is on herself, by the way. So now it's no longer on herself. It can protect a random ally. So this actually makes the passive a little bit more viable for your team as opposed to just on herself. Is it better? I think it's a small buff, but it's not really super significant. But I think overall as a total package, this definitely got a nice little buff. Not totally changing her up too much, but definitely some upgrades on every one of her skills. Her A1 especially making her much more viable in some content. All right, guys, so I'm going to jump in here and show you guys my Claidna. So this is the Claidna that I built. It's, you know, obviously some pretty good gear, but I need her in this gear to do some content that I'm going to show you guys afterwards. So here's her total stats: just under 70k HP, just under 300k, no, sorry, just under 300 speed. Has some accuracy to land her sleep A1. So she does need accuracy to land this, and she does need accuracy to land this as well. All right, and giving her extra HP will give her a better heal on obviously her A2. Otherwise, you just want her to be fast so she can cycle her abilities, and obviously give her some survivability so she can take some hits. After that, we have her fully booked. She has pretty good value on her books, so you definitely want her to be fully booked. Especially this move. Otherwise, it's a 5-turn. It's not very good. This one, obviously, you get the debuff chance. You probably want those to be booked out. Her A1, of course, you want the 100% sleep. If you're using her for sleeping, definitely need that. Dungeons, HP in all battles. HP in dungeons, not super good, especially for Void Lego. But 40% is a pretty high value for her. In terms of overall masteries, I didn't actually give her full masteries here. You can definitely go down to Master Hexer for increased duration of her leech, increased duration of her decreased speed. That kind of makes sense. She doesn't need anything like Sniper to increase her chance or anything. So increased duration of her decreased speed and leech seem pretty good. Otherwise, you could go down to, for example, War Master, but she only really hits on her A1. So I would probably recommend going down defense and support. And then you're probably going to end up with Eagle Eye for extra accuracy. You could end up with intervention for increased turn meter, so you can get your revive on death back quicker, for example. You could go for increased healing as well, because she does have a big max HP heal. So yeah, you could go down that, but I would probably recommend something along the lines of a defense and support tree. So let's do that here together. All right, so I'm going to go down the accuracy tree here for her to show you guys. We're going to go for extra stats. We're going to go for extra duration. We're going to go for Eagle Eye for extra accuracy. And we will be taking this one for counterattack just in case. After that, we'll be taking, let's go rapid response so she can get some extra turn meter. Cycle of magic so she gets back her super strong abilities really quick. And then we'll take lasting gifts for some extra duration on her buffs. Yeah, that sounds good. For that, let's take increase the amount of healing and value the shields. Use damage. Let's take this one, the healing. Yeah, so this is just an example. I mean, this way I went down the accuracy tree. You can definitely go down the HP and healing side as well. But I think I like this part mainly because I want her to have enough accuracy so she can actually land sleep on the Sand Devil, for example, if you wanted to use her in that content. So let's see what she does in content. I do have a couple areas to show you guys. All right, guys. So one of the main roles that she actually can play now is actually be your sleep champion in Sand Devil team. So I have a team here set up for her to work just basically off of her A1 sleep. In this case, she definitely needs the accuracy to land her sleep against the Sand Devil. So therefore, you're looking at about 500 accuracy. More the better. I have Nut here in the lead with the accuracy lead, so it's going to help her out. Otherwise, she would be a bit shy, of course. But definitely, you can just use her as sleep. Obviously, there's going to be other champions that can sleep as well. Keep in mind that she is Void Affinity, so she will not suffer from affinity issues on any of the Sand Devil levels. After that, we have Ruella for the debuffs. And then we have the 2 nuts here for damage. And then we have the reset. And then the nuts will finish it off. This is not the only team that obviously she can work in. She can obviously do a ton of different situations and tons of different teams for Sand Devil. You can build her as the champion to place the sleep, or you can play around with her revive on death ability, because those are basically the 2 main ways you deal with the Sand Devil right now. Either revive on death or some kind of sleep burst team. So this is like a bursting team here. Keep in mind, this is just one of many teams that she could possibly go in. So we'll just run this one, see how it goes. But yeah, she's basically, this team would be roughly probably like a 93% success rate, because there are some things that need to not be resisted. Obviously, the sleep can be resisted, 3% resistance, of course, with if you have proper accuracy. You can kind of see how it works here. My nut is in Relentless, so he's doing some extra turn nonsense there. But there we go. We got an 18-second run here. It should be faster if he doesn't take the extra turn, and it should be 10 turns here. So we'll do that again, just show you guys how it goes. Pretty consistent, like I said. It should be like a low 90s team. About 16, 17, 18 seconds, depending on your PC and frame rate. There you go. He's doing the extra turn again. He does 2 extra turns here, which wastes a little bit more time. So definitely don't put your nut in Relentless. Then we got the turn meter boost, and then we got the nut double hitting again. So do that run again. I'll show you guys the setup and all that stuff after this is done, so you guys can make this team if you guys want. So there is obviously a very specific order of how things go here. And of course, if the decreased defense is resisted, if the sleep is resisted, then this run will fail. That's why it's not a 100% run, obviously. All right, so show you guys some of the champions here. So we got the Kymar here coming in. It's pretty slow, right? You got 223 speed. He's going to come in the back end after the nuts go take their turns. 223 speed. Accuracy is irrelevant on him in this run, but I have him in a build for other content. Everything is relevant. He doesn't need to be 60 even. So here's my first nut. You can see I had to remove some gear to bring his speed down. 238 speed here. 260 crit damage. Accuracy is irrelevant for this team. Masteries, Giant Slayer, kind of irrelevant as well. Claidna in a slightly different team, different build than what I had showed at the beginning of this video, but it's basically the same, showing her with about 500 accuracy, about 300 speed. She doesn't need to be 300 speed for this team. You just need her to go first, which means you need her to be at least faster than a Sand Devil, which is 270, and you need her to be at least faster than Ruella, which needs to go second. So here she's about 300 speed. Yeah, we're just gonna quickly look over her skill kit here real quick just to remind us what she does. Yeah, and then we will probably hop over to what are we hopping over? The Ruella. So Ruella here, like I said, she has to be faster than the Sand Devil. So Sand Devil 270 speed, so she's 272 speed. And she basically just for her accuracy, she just needs accuracy to land her stuff. She doesn't need to do a lot of damage. No masteries, fully booked. All right. Make sure she lands her A2, and then you go into her A3 right afterwards. So I'll show you guys the presets here real quick. You guys can take a screenshot if you guys want to copy the team, but this is not going to be a team showcase. Just a showcase of Claidna doing her thing. I got no bonuses. Claidna just opens with her A1, and then that's kind of it. There you go. Actually, a quick note here is if you open with the Claidna's A1 sleep, you could follow it up with her revive on death. And if all things go wrong and the Sand Devil actually kills your team, it might give your team a chance to win afterwards. So you never know, but it might be worth considering to use the revive on death after her sleep. So that's just something worth considering. All right, so after that, we do have a Hydra setup here with that same Claidna. So obviously in Hydra, she's going to be extremely good. She's kind of like Nekmothar in the fact that she places a decrease speed and leech. The other champions that places decreased speed and leech is actually Gwendolyn, the owl. So both of those champions are obviously extremely good in Hydra, but they're not the same as Claidna, obviously. Claidna is a little bit different because Claidna is more of a support champion. Her A1's basically useless against Hydra, but she does bring a cleanse and block debuffs and then revive on death. Revive on death obviously not going to be super relevant, but a cleanse and block debuff are very nice to have in Hydra. So with that being said, decreased speed, very valuable debuff obviously for the team, but that's the team here. We got a lot of things going on, but it should be a very solid team. Also, keep in mind that her A2 is a no-touch application, so it can go through things like Poison Cloud, for example. You see there, decreased speed right away. Very nice, actually. I really like that, actually, about her, that it is a no-touch, right? No touching. So we got Islan here for the protection and provoker. He's a backup decreased speed as well. Rathlos here for some extra damage. Wukong for damage as well. Lydia in here for decreased speed, decreased defense and weaken. And then we have the OP Mishinaki here for damage, hex, HP burns, and a backup decreased defense. All right, so we're just gonna see how this goes. We don't have a mischief tank or anything. Islin is our mischief tank when he gets going and stuff. So right now we got stuff stolen. Let's see what Claidna's gonna do. Cleanse, there you go, perfect. Cleanse, perfect there to get rid of the heal reduction. Great support. And then yeah, we're gonna let our team. She basically enables your team to do damage, obviously. So very, very nice. Boom, Rathalos doing some smacking. Since decreased speed is already out, we don't need to use it from the Islin. We're gonna be protecting our team, setting himself as the mischief tank. Can place the decreased speed and leech again. There you go. So definitely worthwhile to use Hexer on her, guys, to give her a 3-turn duration on her decreased speed and hex. Not hex, leech. So definitely worthwhile to use Hexer. Master Hexer, sorry. Islin, OP damage. No, I'm just kidding. He's not doing OP damage. But yeah, it's great support, great protection from Claidna here. I'm really liking her here. She definitely can fit into a lot of teams because these are very critical debuffs that she provides. Decreased speed and leech for Hydra. She obviously, the cleanse is obviously very good. It's a nice to have against, like, obviously the poison, the heal reductions, the provokes. Very, very good. I do recommend a proper mischief tank so that your block debuffs does not get stolen, obviously. I usually don't run teams with block debuffs, but it's very nice when you have it. I think the biggest conversation that people will have against Claidna is that she's a Void Legendary, but her kit is not super Void Legendary-esque tier. Like, she's not an S tier Void Legendary, but she's good. She's good, don't get me wrong. But she's not super Void Legendary tier. But with this buff, it definitely puts her more in a conversation of usability. Previously, she had no use. But with this buff, it actually makes her much more usable. I wouldn't say go out of your way and pull for her because that just doesn't make sense. But if you have her, definitely put her to use. She's actually very solid. You can clearly see here, right? She's supporting the team, letting the team do damage, keeping the team safe, healing them up, removing the max HP, all that good stuff that you want from a good support champion. All right? Their team feels very safe. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys a little bit of her playtesting here. Obviously, she doesn't need insane accuracy. Like, she doesn't need 500 accuracy for Hydra, but if you want to use her for Sand Devil, you're looking for at least 500 accuracy. Probably closer to maybe like 550 even, but at least 500 accuracy. So, but for Hydra, you definitely don't need as much. Anyways, so yeah, hopefully you guys can see that she's actually a really solid support now. Especially for Hydra. If you have her, definitely bring her out and give her a try. And just for curiosity's sake, if you guys want to see the damage from this team, I obviously shut it down early, but Claida's not doing any damage. Mishinaki is super carrying the whole team. Just at 20 million damage dealt. Blademaster here with 12 million dealt. Blademaster actually doesn't have Masteries on, so he's not doing like insane amount of damage. But basically, this is just a showcase of Claidna supporting the team. And I think she does a very good job. So definitely give her a try. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys can see that she actually has some value now. So it's a definitely effective buff without actually breaking the game or anything. And I think anybody that has her, especially if you're like still progressing through the game, progressing through Hydra, you actually could feel probably okay about it now because she can actually definitely help you in Hydra. She can definitely help you in Hydra, and she opens up some possibilities against the Sand Devil. So, like I said, she does bring the sleep. She does bring a revive on death. Both of these are huge ways to deal with the Sand Devil. So, she definitely, will be used if you have her in the vault, and especially if you're progressing through the game. So, anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of her. If you guys have her, are you guys happy, disappointed? Do you guys enjoy the showcase for her? Hopefully you guys see some potential with her or can use her in the future. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate your time, and I'll see you guys in the next video.